Hi guys, my name is Natalia and welcome back to my channel. What if I told you that there's a YA book series that feels like Criminal Minds, but with a team of gifted teenagers working for the FBI? A series filled with serial killers, psychological profiling, and shocking twists that will keep you up all night. Well, the series I'm talking about is called The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It is a 4-book YA thriller mystery series that I finished reading very recently. And I loved it so much that I just want to make a video talking about it and saying what I liked, what I maybe didn't like, and who, in my opinion, would love these books. So let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, what is this series about? In this series, we follow Cassie, a 17-year-old girl who has a special talent for reading people. She can tell you what type of person you are just by watching you, and this particular skill catches the attention of the FBI, which runs a classified program that trains gifted teens to help the FBI solve cold cases. She's recruited to this program alongside a few other teenagers that are also part of this program. So maybe let's talk about these teenagers. First off, we've got Dean, who, just like Cassie, is a profiler. He can also read people, especially read the minds of killers. Then we've got Michael, who is an expert at reading people's emotion. He can take a look at you and he will know all the emotions that you are feeling. We've also got Leah, who is a human lie detector, you could say. She can spot almost any lie, and she's also really good at telling lies herself. And last but not least, we've got Sloane, who is really good with numbers, statistics. She's like a walking human encyclopedia. Okay, so they start training and they will actually end up getting pulled into an active case, which is obviously a lot more intense and dangerous than working on a cold case. So now you know the premise of the book, so let's talk about why I loved it. What is so amazing about this series? I would say, first of all, the addictive, fast-paced plot. Honestly, all of these books are so fast-paced, you will fly through them. The chapters are really short. The story never slows down. It's always really action-packed. There's so many mysteries introduced in each of the books that you just never get bored. And the plot twists are really clever and really shocking. So honestly, it's such a great series to pick up, especially if you're feeling like maybe you're in a reading slump. I feel like if you can get into this series, you will read it so quickly because of how fast-paced and action-packed it is. The second reason why I love it is the unique character dynamics. It has a very strong found family trope, and what I especially love about this trope is that they are really like family to each other, because they also, they argue with each other, they bicker with each other, but at the end of the day, they will always have each other's backs. They will always be there for each other, and I think that the bond that they share is so special, and especially since most of them don't really have any other family that takes care of them. So this program, all the people involved in this program are literally all they have. So literal family. I love the found family trope in this, and honestly, the further you go in this series, the more like wholesome and heartwarming it gets. And you can see just how much they love and care for each other, which is beautiful. The next reason why I love this series is the criminal psychology aspect. So, fun fact is that Jennifer Lynn Barnes has a PhD in psychology. So, the criminal behavior aspect of this series definitely feels really realistic. We dive really deep into what these killers are thinking. It's honestly terrifying at times, but also fascinating at the same time. So, if you are interested in the way killers' mind works, you will definitely enjoy this series. Okay, the next thing that I loved is just Dean Redding. I love his character so much. When we first meet him, he is a bit guarded. He doesn't really open up easily. He's very dark and brooding and mysterious. But he does open up a little bit more throughout the series. And I love everything about Dean. He is one of my favorite characters of all time and definitely a highlight of this series for me. I love Dean so much. Okay, so now let's talk about the aspects that I didn't like that much. First of all, the love triangle. So at the beginning, we are thrust into this love triangle, which it gets resolved by the third book. I mean, it doesn't necessarily get 100% resolved, but it's not that intense anymore. I'm not a huge fan of love triangles in general, and this one in particular I also didn't enjoy that much. I definitely agree with Cassie's pick. I like who she picks in the end. I was really, really happy, and I think he's a great boyfriend to her. So I'm glad that this love triangle didn't drag for all 4 books, because I think I would go crazy. But yeah, if you especially hate love triangles, you may not enjoy this series that much. But still, it is just a subplot. It's not really the main plot of this series, but it is there, so I'm just warning you. Next, okay, Leah's personality could be too much at times. She's definitely grown on me throughout this series. When I finished the last book, I definitely felt a little attached to her, but she just seemed so fake and so ruthless, and I wanted to punch her in the face many, many times. So as much as I love these characters and I love all of the naturals, I definitely like her the least, and there were many moments when I wanted to just get rid of her. Okay, and the next thing that I didn't necessarily like is actually the final book. I thought it was the least thrilling book in this series. I thought that it just went a bit over the top with all the secret connections and hidden family members and this I don't know, it was just too much. It just felt over the top. It stopped feeling realistic. Some of the twists felt a bit ridiculous and a bit exaggerated. Definitely the last book is my least favorite, and it could have been executed better. But I think the previous 3 books had very good and well-written, clever mysteries in them. Okay, so final verdict. Should you read this series? If you love fast-paced YA thrillers, yes. If you love the found family trope, yes, for sure. If you are interested in solving crimes and the psychological aspect of crime, yes, you should read it. If you literally cannot stand love triangles, maybe it's not for you. And maybe if you don't like reading about teenagers, I guess, because at the end of the day, they are teenagers. They will be acting like teenagers, so they might be doing some stupid things the way teenagers do. If you do not really like crimes being solved by teenagers, because I know some people don't necessarily like that, then the series probably is not for you. But other than that, I definitely think that this series is worth reading. And I've also read The Inheritance Games by the same author, but I do think that this series is way better. It is like one of my favorite YA thriller mysteries now. I loved it so much. I finished it like 2 days ago, and I do not know what to do with my life. I feel so empty, and I miss these characters so much. It's so bittersweet to finish a series that you love so much. Well, if you know any similar books or series, then do let me know in the comments below. I would love to check them out. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!